Welcome to the Good Life in Health and Wellness, the podcast where we empower you to take control of your health and live your best life. Hosted by Dr. Kate Duncan, who's here to guide you through this journey. Let's face it, most conventional approaches to health are reactive, not proactive. We're often left frustrated, chasing symptoms instead of addressing the root causes. Whether it's dealing with chronic pain, hormonal imbalances, or the stress that keeps us up at night, too many of us feel stuck in a cycle that just isn't working. But what if there was a better way? That's exactly what Dr. Duncan has discovered after years of helping patients like you transform their health. Through a combination of chiropractic care, functional medicine, and personalized wellness strategies, she has seen incredible results. Results that go beyond just masking symptoms. Dr. Duncan has uncovered the secrets to living a truly balanced and vibrant life. And now she's bringing those solutions straight to you. In each episode, Dr. Duncan will dive deep into practical tips, expert advice, and actionable steps you can take to regain control over your health. Whether you're struggling with weight loss resistance, fatigue, or just want to feel your best, this show is here to guide you. So, are you ready to break free from the old ways of thinking and embrace a new path to wellness? Join us every week on the Good Life in Health and Wellness, and let's start your journey to better health together.
Welcome back to the Good Life in Health and Wellness. All month long, we are talking about sleep and fatigue solutions with a focus on chronic fatigue, sleep optimization, and what your body may be telling you when you wake up tired, drag through the day, or feel like no amount of rest is enough. Today, we are starting with sleep architecture, which simply means the structure of your sleep. It is the pattern your brain and body move through overnight as you cycle through lighter sleep, deeper sleep, and REM sleep. When that structure is disrupted, you may be asleep, but your body may be not getting the full repair process it needs. Sleep is not just being unconscious for 7 or 8 hours, it is an active repair program. Your brain is cleaning, sorting, restoring, regulating, and preparing you for the next day. In this episode, we will look at why deeper sleep matters, why REM sleep matters, and how the brain clears waste overnight, and why waking up exhausted can be a sign that sleep quantity and sleep quality are not the same thing. Many people judge sleep by how many hours they were in bed, and yes, sleep duration matters. Adults generally need 7 or more hours of sleep per night to support health, energy, metabolism, immune function, brain function, mood, and recovery. But 7 hours of fragmented sleep is not the same as 7 hours of restorative sleep. Sleep architecture helps explain why one person wakes up clear and rested, while another wakes foggy, sore, irritable, and desperate for caffeine. The difference may involve sleep stages, frequent waking, breathing, blood sugar, pain, stress, or whether the brain completed the cycles needed for repair. Today's episode is not about chasing a perfect sleep score. It is about understanding your body better. Fatigue is information. Morning brain fog is information. Waking at 3 a.m. is information. Feeling wired at bedtime is information. When we understand what the brain and body are supposed to do overnight, we can ask better questions about why sleep may not feel restorative. As always, this episode is for educational purposes and does not replace personalized medical care. If you are dealing with severe fatigue, loud snoring, gasping, morning headaches, restless legs, insomnia, chronic pain, or falling asleep during the day, those are worth discussing with a qualified healthcare provider. Let's start with the basic map of sleep. Your brain moves through several stages overnight: wakefulness, N1 sleep, N2 sleep, N3 sleep, and REM sleep. N1, N2, and N3 are known as non-REM sleep, while REM stands for rapid eye movement sleep. N3 is often called deep sleep or slow wave sleep. These stages are not random. They happen in repeating cycles, usually about every 90 to 120 minutes in the first part of the night. Your body tends to spend more time in deep non-REM sleep. This is when heart rate slows, breathing becomes more regular, muscles relax, and the brain shifts into slower electrical patterns that support physical restoration. Later in the night, REM sleep usually becomes longer and more active. This is one reason cutting sleep short can be so damaging. If you regularly wake too early or only sleep 5 or 6 hours, you may be missing important REM rich sleep toward the morning. If your sleep is fragmented earlier in the night, you may be missing deeper slow wave repair. N1 sleep is the doorway into sleep. It is light sleep, where you may drift in and out or feel like you were not fully asleep. N2 sleep is a deeper stage and makes up a large portion of total sleep time for many adults. During N2, the body continues to slow down, and the brain produces patterns that help protect sleep and support memory processing. N3 sleep is deep sleep, the stage most associated with restoration. During this stage, the brain produces slow delta waves. It is harder to wake someone from deep sleep, and if you do wake during this stage, you may feel groggy or disoriented. Deep sleep is strongly connected with physical repair, immune function, growth hormone release, tissue healing, and the brain's waste clearance systems. REM sleep is different. During REM, brain activity becomes more active. While most muscles are temporarily inhibited so that you cannot act out your dreams, REM is associated with dreaming, emotional processing, learning, creativity, memory, and mood regulation. It is not just dream sleep, it is part of how the brain integrates experience and prepares you for the next day. Now, let's talk about one of the most fascinating parts of sleep research: the brain's overnight cleaning system. For years, we have known that system supports memory, mood, focus, and brain function. But researchers have also been studying why sleep is so important for brain repair. One major area of research involves the glymphatic system. This is a waste clearance pathway that helps move fluid through the brain and supports the removal of metabolic waste. In simple terms, while you are awake, your brain is busy thinking, processing, reacting, and using energy. All of that activity creates waste. During sleep, especially deep non-REM sleep, the brain appears to shift into a cleaning and repair mode. One way to picture this is to imagine your brain as a busy city. During the day, traffic is moving, lights are on, messages are being sent, and waste is being produced. At night, the city does not shut down, it changes jobs. Maintenance crews come in, trash is collected, and systems are reset. That helps us understand why sleep is not passive. Your sleeping brain is doing important maintenance work that is difficult to accomplish when the waking brain is fully engaged with the outside world. Research suggests that glymphatic activity is greater during sleep than during wakefulness. Scientists are still studying exactly how this works in humans, but the big picture takeaway is this: deep sleep may help create the conditions your brain needs to clear waste and maintain healthier function over time. So when someone says, "I wake up tired every morning," we have to ask better questions. Are they getting enough deep sleep? Are they waking frequently? Is stress keeping the nervous system alert? Is pain disrupting sleep? Is sleep apnea involved? Are blood sugar swings, alcohol, caffeine, room temperature, light exposure, or late night scrolling interfering with the normal repair process? The issue may not be a lack of discipline. The issue may be that the body is not reaching or maintaining the stages where repair occurs. This becomes especially important with chronic fatigue. Fatigue is not always the same as sleepiness. Sleepiness is the tendency to fall asleep. Fatigue is often a deeper lack of energy, stamina, motivation, mental clarity, and physical resilience. Some people sleep long hours and still wake up drained. That does not mean that sleep is irrelevant. It means we need to look beyond the duration and ask whether sleep is truly restorative. Now, let's look closer at deep sleep and physical repair. During slow wave sleep, the body shifts towards recovery. This is when growth hormone secretion tends to increase, which supports tissue repair, muscle maintenance, metabolism, and cellular restoration. This helps explain why disrupted sleep can affect soreness, healing, resilience, and physical recovery. This is one reason people often notice that pain and sleep are connected. Poor sleep can lower pain tolerance, and pain can disrupt sleep. It can become a loop. Your back hurts, so you sleep lightly. You sleep lightly, so your nervous system becomes more sensitive. Then pain feels louder the next day, and it becomes harder to relax again at night. This does not mean pain is all in your head. It means the brain, spinal cord, immune system, stress response, muscles, and sleep systems are all communicating. Deep sleep is also connected with immune regulation. When you are fighting an infection, your body wants more sleep. That is not laziness, it is biology. Sleep supports immune defense, while sleep loss can alter immune function and contribute to a more inflammatory state. This matters because inflammation can be exhausting. When the immune system is activated, it can influence energy, mood, motivation, pain sensitivity, and brain function. That is why people feel wiped out when they are sick. And it is also why chronic low-grade inflammation may contribute to fatigue, brain fog, and achiness. Sleep also affects metabolic health. Research has connected sleep loss with impaired insulin sensitivity and glucose regulation. That means sleep is not separate from blood sugar, cravings, weight, energy crashes, or afternoon fatigue. Think about the person who sleeps poorly, wakes exhausted, skips breakfast or grabs something sweet, relies on caffeine, crashes mid-afternoon, craves sugar, eats late, feels wired at bedtime, and then sleeps poorly again. That person does not need shame. They need pattern recognition. Their sleep architecture, blood sugar rhythm, stress hormones, pain, inflammation, and daily habits may all be reinforcing each other. The solution is not always one magic supplement. Often it is restoring rhythm. Now let's talk about REM sleep, because REM is often misunderstood. Many people hear deep sleep and think it is interesting but optional. But REM sleep plays an important role in emotional processing, memory integration, mood regulation, learning, and creativity. One way to think about REM sleep is that it helps your brain file emotional paperwork. During the day, you collect experiences. Some are stressful, some are joyful, some are frustrating, and some are unresolved. If the brain does not get enough quality REM sleep, that emotional material may not be processed as well. The next day, you may feel more reactive, anxious, irritable, scattered, or overwhelmed by things that normally would not bother you as much. This does not mean every mood issue is caused by poor REM sleep. Mental health is complex, and hormones, trauma, inflammation, nutrition, medications, pain, sunlight, movement, and genetics can all play a role. But sleep is one of the major regulators of emotional resilience. If you have ever gone through a hard day after a terrible night of sleep, you already know this personally in real life. The same stressor feels heavier. The same conversation feels harder. The same decision feels more overwhelming. REM sleep tends to become longer later in the night. This is one reason early wake-ups can be so costly. If you sleep from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., you may get some deep sleep earlier in the night, but you may cut off important REM-rich sleep toward the morning. If you fall asleep late because of screens, stress, work, or revenge bedtime procrastination, you may compress the entire sleep opportunity. Alcohol can also disrupt REM sleep. It may help someone feel sleepy at first, but it can fragment sleep, worsen snoring or sleep disordered breathing, and contribute to early morning awakenings. Falling asleep fast is not the same as sleeping well. REM also connects with memory. Sleep helps the brain decide what to keep, what to strengthen, what to integrate, and what to let fade. Deep sleep and REM sleep work together in different ways, which is why the phrase sleep on it has real biology behind it. The sleeping brain is still working on the problem. Let's bring in circadian rhythm, because sleep architecture does not happen in isolation. Your sleep stages are influenced by your internal clock, Circadian rhythm is the approximately 24-hour rhythm that helps regulate alertness, sleepiness, body temperature, hormones, digestion, metabolism, and many other processes. One of the strongest signals for this rhythm is light. Morning light tells the brain that the day has started. Darkness tells the brain that night is approaching. When those signals are consistent, the body has a better chance of producing sleep at the right time and wakefulness at the right time. Two important hormones in this conversation are melatonin and cortisol. Melatonin helps signal darkness and sleep timing. Cortisol helps support alertness, energy, and the wake up response. In a healthy daily rhythm, cortisol tends to rise towards morning, while melatonin rises in the evening as light decreases. Many people with fatigue are not simply tired, they are tired and wired. They feel exhausted during the day but alert at night. They may drag through the morning, get a second wind in the evening, scroll in bed, wake during the night, and then start the cycle again. This pattern may be connected to circadian disruption, stress, inconsistent routines, late caffeine, evening light exposure, blood sugar swings, pain, anxiety, or a combination of factors. Morning light is one of the simplest rhythm anchors. Getting outdoor light early in the day helps tell the brain this is daytime. Evening darkness matters too. Bright light from screens, overhead lights, or devices close to the face can send the brain a daytime signal when the body is trying to prepare for sleep. Temperature is another rhythm clue. The body naturally cools as it prepares for sleep, so a bedroom that is too warm can make sleep more restless. A cooler, dark, quiet room often supports better sleep. Even a warm shower or bath before bed may help some people because the body cools afterward, which can support the transition into sleep. Rhythm often includes the timing of meals, caffeine, exercise, and work. A late heavy meal, late caffeine, intense evening stress, or emotionally charged conversations may keep the nervous system activated. The key is noticing your pattern. Sleep optimization is not about copying someone else's routine perfectly. It is about learning what helps your brain move into repair mode. Now, let's talk about sleep fragmentation. This is one of the biggest reasons someone can spend enough time in bed but still wake up unrefreshed. Fragmented sleep means sleep is repeatedly interrupted, even if the person does not fully remember waking up. These interruptions can keep the brain from staying in deeper stages long enough to complete the normal repair process. It's like trying to download a large file while the internet keeps cutting out. The process keeps restarting, and by morning, the job is incomplete. One of the most important causes of sleep fragmentation is sleep disordered breathing, including obstructive sleep apnea. With sleep apnea, breathing repeatedly pauses or becomes restricted during sleep. Oxygen may drop, the brain may briefly wake the body to reopen the airway, and the person may not remember most of these events. But let me tell you, the person sleeping next to you, they remember those events. They may simply wake up with dry mouth, morning headaches, high blood pressure, fatigue, brain fog, irritability, or the feeling that sleep did not work. Loud snoring, gasping, choking, and witnessed pauses in breathing are important signs to take seriously. And also because it wakes up the person next to you. How do I know? Sleep apnea does not only affect older men, it can affect women, people in perimenopause and menopause, people with smaller airways, nasal obstruction, weight changes, or people who do not fit the common stereotype. In women, symptoms may show up as fatigue, insomnia, anxiety, depression, headaches, or frequent waking instead of obvious loud snoring. Pain is another major sleep disruptor. If your body is uncomfortable, your brain may keep scanning for a threat. Neck pain, back pain, headaches, shoulder pain, hip pain, nerve symptoms, and muscle spasms can all interfere with comfortable sleep positions and sleep continuity. Other common sleep fragmenters include restless legs, frequent urination, reflux, hot flashes, night sweats, blood sugar swings, medication effects, alcohol, stress, and anxiety. For women in perimenopause and menopause, sleep disruption can become a major quality of life issue because hormonal changes may affect temperature regulation, mood, metabolism, and sleep continuity. The important point is this: waking up tired is not something to dismiss, it is a clue. Wearables can sometimes help identify patterns, but they are not perfect diagnostic tools. They may estimate sleep stages, heart rate, movement, oxygen trends, and heart rate variability, but they cannot replace a medical evaluation when symptoms are significant. A wearable may tell you that your sleep score is low, but your body already knew that. The real question is why. So, how do we support healthier sleep architecture? We start with the basics, but we take them seriously. First, protect enough sleep opportunity. Most adults need at least 7 hours of sleep on a regular basis, and some need more. In fact, women, we need more. But time in bed is not the same as time asleep. So, if you want 7.5 hours of actual sleep, you may need closer to 8 hours of sleep opportunity. Second, create a consistent wake time. Many people focus only on bedtime, but wake time is a powerful anchor for your circadian rhythm. The body likes rhythms, and consistency helps teach the brain when to feel alert and when to feel sleepy. Third, get morning light. Open the blinds, step outside, take a short walk, or drink your morning water near natural light. Morning light tells the brain this is daytime, and it can help support better alertness during the day and better sleep timing at night. Fourth, protect the evening wind down. The brain does not go from full speed work mode to deep sleep just because you got into bed. The nervous system often needs a dimmer switch. Lower the lights, reduce stimulation, put boundaries around work, and give your body a clear signal that the day is ending. Fifth, be mindful of caffeine. Caffeine can improve alertness, but it can also mask sleep debt and interfere with sleep pressure. If you are waking at night, feeling anxious, or struggling to fall asleep, it may be worth experimenting with an earlier caffeine cutoff, which I actually have done myself recently. No more caffeine after 3 o'clock. Sixth, stabilize blood sugar. Skipped meals, low protein, high sugar, and too much caffeine can set up nighttime issues. Blood sugar swings may contribute to waking, cravings, headaches, anxiety-like sensations, or early morning alertness. A protein-rich breakfast, balanced meals, fiber, hydration, and a calming evening routine can help the body feel safer overnight. Seventh, address breathing and pain. If you snore, gasp, wake with headaches, feel exhausted despite getting enough sleep, or have significant daytime sleepiness, ask about sleep apnea screening. If pain is waking you, address the mechanics, inflammation, ergonomics, pillow support, mattress support, movement patterns, and nervous system sensitivity. Sleep hygiene is helpful, but it cannot overcome every physical barrier. Sometimes better sleep starts by identifying what is interrupting the repair process. I also want to talk about the emotional side of sleep, because many people feel ashamed when they cannot sleep. They think, I should be able to do this. Everyone sleeps. Why can't I? But sleep is not a character test. Sleep is a biological state that depends on safety, rhythm, hormones, breathing, temperature, light, pain, stress, and learned patterns. If your brain believes it needs to stay alert, it may resist sleep even when you are exhausted. This is especially true for people who have lived in chronic stress. If your body has spent months or years in survival mode, bedtime may be the first quiet moment of the day. That is when the mind starts racing, worries get louder, and the brain starts scanning. That does not mean that you are broken. It means your nervous system may need retraining. One simple tool is a brain dump. Before bed, write down the thoughts, tasks, worries, and reminders that keep circling. The goal is to not solve every problem at night. The goal is to tell the brain, this has been recorded. You do not have to keep replaying it. Another tool is a short breathing practice. Slow breathing can help shift the body toward rest. A consistent sleep ritual can also help. This may be dim the lights, washing your face, brushing your teeth, preparing for tomorrow, stretching gently, breathing for a few minutes, and getting into bed. Repetition matters. The brain learns through repetition. Over time, the routine itself becomes a signal that sleep is coming. I like to think of it like when we had a sleep time routine with our babies, our small children. We would give them a bath and, massage them with some lavender lotion and get them all cozy up in their pajamas, maybe read them a story, pray with them. And that consistency, it taught their little bodies and brains that that's our wind down routine. We're going to bed now. And I saw it with my own son. It really helped him relax and be ready for bed. Although sometimes he would say, just one more prayer, or I need water. And then, of course, I have to go to the bathroom. And, it was always something. So if you wake during the night, try not to turn the bed into a battleground. Lying there angry, checking the clock, and calculating how little sleep you are getting can train the brain to associate bed with stress. If you are awake for a while and becoming frustrated, it may help to get up briefly, keep the lights low, do something quiet and boring, and return to bed when sleepy. The goal is to rebuild trust with sleep. We want the brain to experience the bed as a safe place, the night as a predictable rhythm, and sleep as something the body is allowed to enter. That takes time, consistency, and sometimes professional support. But there is hope. Sleep architecture can improve when the barriers are identified and addressed. So let's bring this all together. Sleep architecture is the structure of your sleep. It includes lighter sleep, deeper non-REM sleep, slow-wave deep sleep, and REM sleep. Each stage has a job. Light sleep helps you transition. Deep sleep supports physical restoration, immune regulation, growth hormone release, and brain waste clearance. REM sleep supports emotional processing, memory, dreaming, mood regulation, and mental flexibility. Your brain is not doing nothing overnight. It is working in a different mode. When sleep architecture is healthy, you are more likely to wake feeling restored, clear, emotionally steady, and physically recovered. When it is disrupted, you may wake tired even after spending enough time in bed. That disruption can come from stress, pain, sleep apnea, alcohol, late caffeine, blood sugar swings, hot flashes, inconsistent schedules, too much evening light, inflammation, anxiety, medications, or environmental factors. The solution starts with asking better questions. Here is your practical challenge for this week. For the next 7 nights, do not just track how long you slept. Track how restored you feel in the morning. Notice bedtime, wake time, caffeine timing, screen use, alcohol, pain, nighttime waking, room temperature, and morning energy. You are not collecting this information to judge yourself. You are collecting clues. Your body is always communicating, and sleep is one of the clearest places to listen. To support your sleep architecture, start with 1 or 2 simple changes. Get morning light. Keep your wake time more consistent. Stop caffeine earlier. Create a wind down routine. Cool and darken the bedroom. Eat balanced meals during the day. Address pain instead of ignoring it. And ask about sleep apnea if the signs are there. You do not have to fix everything all at once. Small rhythm changes repeated consistently can send powerful signals to the brain and body. And remember, fatigue is information. If you are always tired, your body may not be failing you. It may be asking for deeper sleep, steadier rhythms, better breathing, calmer evenings, balanced blood sugar, less inflammation, less pain, or a nervous system that finally feels safe enough to rest. Sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is repair time. It is brain care, immune care, hormone care, metabolism care, and mood care. Thank you for joining me today on the Good Life in Health and Wellness. I hope this episode has given you practical tools to better understand how your brain repairs overnight, why sleep quality matters just as much as sleep quantity, and how small changes in rhythm, breathing, stress, pain, and daily habits can support more restorative sleep. Next week, I'll be discussing gut and sleep, why serotonin starts in the stomach. Until then, take care and keep living the good life.
Thank you for tuning in to the Good Life and Health and Wellness podcast. We hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. If you know someone who could benefit from the information, please share it with them. It could make a big difference in their health journey. Your reviews mean the world to us. They help us reach more people and make a greater impact. So if you enjoyed the episode, please take a moment to leave a review. Curious about how Dr. Duncan is transforming healthcare? Visit www.duncancairo.com to discover the unique and innovative approaches that set her apart. Thank you again for listening. We can't wait to connect with you in our next episode.